Pixel geeks grab a tea. Jack and her robots excel set free. Collect commands full speed ahead. The series runs from A to Z. Oh, a robot training show. A to Z. Let's go.
Hello. Jack is back. It's been a while. Life has been busy. All sorts of chaos going down. So, let's get through this. I think last time we got as far as starting bonus 4, which is hopefully where we'll get to today, is doing bonus 4. But it seems like every time I come back in, I spend most of the session fixing up previous levels because it doesn't always run the way that we're hoping. Because it's not designed to run like this, I am fully stress testing this. So, run commands from sheet B. So this has gone through, it's naming all of our areas, it's doing all the setup on our maps. We're actually visually showing it this time, so I think what I had screen updating previously turned off and I got infuriated watching it. I may have added some of this at the start because I'm pretty sure we didn't have all these calculations done initially with the different setups there. But there we go, we got level 1 coming in and we've got scores for that. It'd be great if I could see the score just kind of like hovering over. And while we're here, let's get a clock up and start our 30-minute, no, it's not 30 minutes. We're doing a 2-hour timer. Start our 2-hour timer for today's stream. So it's up to level 4. It's going well so far. I had to do a lot of rework around here at level 5. Certain things worked and then kept failing. So some of my lambdas needed like a full rework to be able to work the way I was expecting them to. I'm not happy with that NA. So it looks like we've got a bit of work on level 6 there. And a bit of work on level 7. It looks like the navigation is not quite working because that should have gone and then done some of those steps. Bonus 1 still working. Bonus 2 working. Bonus 3 is working. And it took just over 2 minutes to run the 168 commands. Okay, our current score is hash because we have some errors here. What is happening in level 6? Movement address lookup is 2 up, so I think what's happening is the navigation to come down a row didn't function there. I think I need to use a different method for that one. So in level 6, that's Compot. Compot is undergoing some tweaks, by the way. I am actually working through some of my lambdas and setting some stuff up. So in the near future, we may get some magic happening in Compot. Nope. Better. Okay. So let's have a look. We have We're doing case Bushland Adventures by Nick Boberg. I've just run the start to end of my existing A to Z training. What I will actually do is we're going to go, so bonus 1s to 3 are working fine. Level 7 and level 6 have had issues, but I suspect this is from the move down steps, move down 1. So we got the trim text split of the hiking route. We did an address lookup on the terrain map. So scroll to selection, link to right, split text, yeah. Duplicate array below, and we did the address lookup. We duplicated array 2 below. So that should have had the rock. Count unique values, applied pack weight, and then move down 1. So this move down 1 here is where we are having our issues today, because that should then be getting the array 3 up 1 to a 3 instead of the array 2 above. So that should be looking at this to get us this. And that is definitely not in the right place either. So our move down 1s are doing something, not what we want. Okay, so these are the send keys commands. And I know we were having a bit of a chat and Eric said these may not work. So what I might do is, can I change the selection just using a command rather than actually sending a send keys? Or do I need a VBA backing for this? Where did I stop the timer? So, first step, we're going to open our browser. We're going to go to arrayrobot.com. It has an amazing selection of documentation in there. And so I know how I can access other cells while writing. I can do kind of like a to write, offset within active cell offset. But that's kind of setting formulae or parameters up. That is not actually, it does have a destination range address. So the Excel range in which to place the command's result. So what I could do is just for move down 1, I could set the destination range 1 below and just have it as equals 1 or something. Or just no formula. Let me try that. Let's have a go and see if move down 1, I can do it without changing the formula. So if instead of send keys, that is locked as a send keys command. So let's create a new command. It will have to be a formula command. I want to try and do this without VBA because I feel like I'm using VBA. Okay, we're just going to test this move down 1 as formula command. Why are we in comp on? We're working on A to Z training. I'm not going to put any tags in just yet. We just want to test this. We're going to leave the formula blank, but we're going to set the destination range address as selection. Is it two squares? Selection. Offset. Range expressions, is that selection dot offset? One. And click OK. So now if I run this, it's not doing anything. It's just the destination. I'm going to have to do these as VBA, aren't I? Would that work? You don't like volume? Okay, so I've set it as a formula command now, where the formula is the value below and the destination range is the value below. Let's see if this works. No. I can't remember that was get array 3 up. Okay, we're going to have to use the VBA. So we're just going to have to do, we've got a navigation section in our VBA modules. And if we look here, we've actually got our movements. We've got left 1, 2, 4, right 1, 3, 4, up 1, and down 1. So what we can do is we can call a single VBA command that does an offset based on optional parameters of row numbers to go up and down. Something like that. So go to bonus, go to level, select current region. A lot of this is not going to work when it comes to, I mean, I actually have started using go to bonus and go to level. Let's go around that area. And we're going to put those go to level. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to put a sub called move. Optional by val int rows as integer default 0. And calls as integer 0. Okay, and then we're actually just gonna let's just steal my current code. At least for the why are we not copying and pasting? This has happened a lot lately. There's something weird going on with my clipboard. You guys are seeing this, right? Copy. Do I have something mapped to Control C? Alright. Or is it Control V? It's Control V. There's something mapped to my Control V. I can't have something in here mapped to my Control V, can I? Okay. So back to the VBA. We're just doing resetting the current workbook. I don't need string target and string selection. Mm-hmm. I don't actually need an if statement, then I would just throw this down. Look at this, like it's kind of creating highlights or page breaks without any. As long as the current row is this equal to 0. So I'm just adding a little bit in here to make sure that we don't go off the edge. So if our current row column is say column 3 and we're doing an offset of -4, that would give us -1. Or if we're doing an offset of -3, that would give us 0. And there is no column 0, so if it's less than or equal to 0 when you add your current column and your offset, then we're going to set the offset to 1 minus the current column. So the absolute maximum it can be is going to be -2. Oh, the absolute minimum it can be. I don't even need range target, that's just unnecessary. We can take that out. We'll just select it and then we're done. And then we can just do a move down 1. Okay. So there is our VBA. Let's get that over to the other page so I'm not looking at that. And we're going to create a new command. We're going to call this move down 1. A to Z training, launch codes, and tags will be navigation. Yes, I know that already exists. I'm going to move down 1, it means a row of 1. We don't need to do a column. Okay, we're going to call this move down 1, so just let's run it. Why'd you go into the right? Okay. Let's go here. I don't want to have to specify int rows is 1, int cols is 0, int current row. I haven't actually set int current row. So if I set that, perfection. Okay. So in here we have move down 1, move left 1, 2, 4, right 1. So let's do left and right up to 4 spaces, and up and down. I may as well do it up to 4 spaces. So I'm going to delete these commands that we've got. I wonder if can I select multiple commands at once and delete them? No. But I can just use the delete button. No. No. My delete button is not working for that. And I'm going to rename this one. Actually, let's just go into edit mode. We're going to move down 1. A to Z, and I'll add a note here. I'm just going to leave that as specified direction because I'm going to be taking duplicates of this. And here we're just going to keep duplicating this. Move down 2. I am a bit worried about using R1 to R4 as things here, because I do use that for rounding. So I think I might not actually add the launch codes for these, because it's not something I use a lot. So we're going to drop those launch codes. Let's go edit, move down 2, drop the launch code. I'm going to edit this one and drop the launch code. I'm going to take a duplicate of 3, 2, 3. Move down 4 cells and change that to 4. So those are our move downs. Go out here. Perfection. Can only take a duplicate of one at a time. Damn it. OA Robot is not designed for Jack to create mass amounts of things. Let's delete that one. There we go. And we're going to take this as move up 1. And we're going to change this from a 1 to a -1. Because we're going up in rows, so negative offset. Move up 3. Move up 4. Then we need to test the right and left functionality before we're actually at this. Okay, now we're going to do a move left 4. So what we're expecting it to do is actually just go to cell A in this one, because we can only move left 2. So I'm going to duplicate this one. I'm going to call this move left. And this -4 we're going to put after the comma. In the same way that we emit arguments in an Excel formula, I'm omitting the argument in my VBA macro formula. So this should go 4 left, but there's only 2, so that should just go to A. Excellent. And if I come to here and do the same thing, perfection, she works. So let's start duplicating that. Just right to go, and then we are done with this, and we can rerun and test that. So move right 1. I'm just going to change that to a positive. Okay. I've got move right 1, move right 2. So just 3 and 4. Which I will double check that I've got all of those once I've closed the command palette. Because I'm working with an open command palette, it will revert all those values back temporarily to the copy names, but they are there as the names I've given them with the changes I've done, as you can see. So let's drop that from there. Let's no fill that. And we're going to run this again, so wish us luck. Yank. I have just overwritten all my navigation using send keys to just use a simple move lambda VBA command. So that it was working inconsistently, and I was doing this calculation then not moving down to do the next calculation, which is fine. It should work now. We're going to close this copy of Bushland Adventures. I am a little bit sick of Bushland Adventures at this point, I'm not going to lie. And I did say I expected to spend the first part of this session literally playing with this and trying to get it to work. So let's hope that that does the job. And we're going to do the run commands from sheet. Okay, now the slow bit, that set those up really fast. The slow bit is whatever I'm calculating in this step, which looks like the terrain map with numbers waiting. Is that the speed on each terrain? I think what I've done is I've set, because it's easier to run the bonuses, I think what I did for one of the bonuses was just create this speed directly or something in there. Right, level 1's working. We got this working level 1 to level 5 on the first run today. So this, I'm hoping, does level 1 through to bonus 3, and we can start on bonus 4 and 5. Yes, the movement is now working, and it looks like we should hopefully get the right answers here for level 6. Yes, success! Our first success of the day. Okay, robot for the win. What I'm not looking forward to is, for the original video, I wasn't doing all of this kind of setup behind the scenes stuff. Awesome, we've got levels 1 to 7. Bonuses 1 to 3 and bonus 4. 143 seconds. It's a success. Okay, so now we can actually solve a problem. let's have a look. So bonus 5, we actually have this calculation here. I wonder if I can extend a data table as a command. I don't want to do that just yet, but I do know that this here, if I go to bonus 5 here, and then I did something to extend this data table 1 column, okay, that could give us, you know, a count of how many types, and then I just do a lookup on 5 in that. So I can actually do that as part of example 6. But when I create a data table, why am I jumping to bonus 5? I need to solve bonus 4. But, like, I had an idea when I saw it there. So if I have my create data table, there we are. I'm wondering if I can create a data table here with 2 columns. Get the question list, generate the data table. So you had the row, example row range out is that. Hey buddy, are you okay? 1 second. Did you have another seizure, bud? You're just doing laps of me right now. Okay. Oh, that poor cat. He's struggling so hard. I'm pretty sure that was maybe another one of those episodes. I'm not quite sure how I set up a data table because I stole Eric's code. Int header row, int add column plus 2. Filter drop take range out address. What have I? Range out is where the header row is. Active cell, spell parent, spelling to range, then. Oh, that's create data table from array. That is not doing the same create data table. Okay. That's why that's not doing it the way. Okay, I'll come back to that, but I'll have a look at adjusting a data table, create data table to do 2 column output. Return the first column into here, but have a second column that I can put bonuses in. But let's have a look at bonus 4. So, after hiking all routes in level 4, I'm on this cell. How many rock cells remain unhiked? So we have a list. Okay, and I move right 3 to be in the bonus 4. Wait, if I do B4, I think it takes me directly to there. Yeah, okay. Do I have something to get the inputs? Clear inputs of formula, select the last input and remove. Hello. If I go to level 4 and then go to select first input, I've got move right, add array to right, control right, duplicate formula to right, array, paste across right, select last column to right. Move right one. I need to exclude examples from this. So what I might do is create an exclude examples command, which if I'm selecting an array removes the top 2 rows from the array and just the selection. So that's going to be a VBA. We're going to selection, subselection, and it's going to go into mod navigation, I think. So I'll do it after the go-to bonuses, maybe. Yeah, kind of where you've got select last input, select first input. Select example and questions. Select last column, select previous column. Okay. So we've got some region selection stuff here where I've got select next column, select last column, so I can do a sub exclude examples. Selection dot offset to not offsetting the column. Rows is rows. Selection dot rows -2. Dot select. Let's try running that. Exclude examples. Oh, hello. Wait at me. Let's not do that there. Let's do it in here. Exclude examples. I'm going to call this XE. X for anything I want to exclude. And I'm going to navigate this. Tag it as navigation. Assumes there is an example row at the top. That's one thing they haven't changed yet, and as soon as I say that on the stream, someone's going to change that just to mess up my commands, but meh. I wouldn't be upset because having a blank row between examples and things, you know, has caused a few blips in my things. So, you know. See this example right there, but a blank row below that. So, click OK. Go over here. I've got this selected. If I run Eric, I've been having a thing. A thing, yeah. So it started. I'm not sure if it's like linked to Copilot Joy. Let me come back to this. If I've got like a range selected and I've gone copy or something like that, and I've done something else, when I'm clicking my OA robot thing, wait, it's not always that. Let's continue. When I click on my OA robot, so Control Shift O, or I've got Right Alt set to that, it's not always bringing up OA robot. It's bringing up the little, not the right click menu. How do I replicate this? Because it just did it there, but it didn't do it. So if I've got, okay, go to level 4. I've gone to level 4. Select first input. Move right 1. Okay. Now it works. It's been infuriating. So sometimes when I'm pressing right alt, it comes up with the little, I'm not going to say this Copilot menu. It's not that one. It's almost like when you've got something on your clipboard. It's like a clipboard menu. Is there a little clipboard pop-up menu? And I have to actually manually hit escape on my keyboard before I can bring up OA robot command palette to get that working. I'll keep track of myself moving through this now just to see when it's happening. But it's happening probably half a dozen times every time I sit down, which is quite infuriating. Now I'm not sure if it's my right alt or if it's Control Shift O is also impacted. But what I'll do is next time it happens, I'll try Control Shift O before I hit escape to make it work. And I'll give you a shout so you can check the screen as to what the menu is that it's bringing up. And it feels like it's something that Copilot's done. Okay. Now, let's run through this. I have 22 rows, I have one column. Is it the offset argument? Can you not use offset in the same way that you use it? I'll have to resize. I have to use resize. Okay. Resize. Perfect. That's working. I will take a screenshot because it's guaranteed to happen in the next kind of 15-20 minutes or so. I'll bring you over and explain what it is. I'm not sure if it's Spark. It's kind of it's one of the smaller menus, like about the same size as that Copilot menu, except it's not visually in the same layout. It's not like a text drop-down menu like this Copilot menu. It's more like a paste. It's a clipboard menu. You know when you have like Paste Special, you had different options, and it's got like the icons. It's giving that. I'll let you know when I get it, because it's definitely happening. Okay, so I have now run. Let's take scribbly notes so that I can actually add this to my command list. I've gone to go to level 4, select first input, go right one, exclude examples. Can I then copy? Web intake by copied cell comes copy. I'll just copy to clipboard. And then I go to bonus 4. Paste, copy paste values, paste characters, paste count, paste. I'm going to paste a text join. Paste combinaries. Oh, I like your paste combinaries, that's cool. So I want to do some kind of paste. Text join. So if I did equals text join something like that. Add that as a formula command and do it as paste join by semicolon, and I'll change active cell formula to be clipboard. And that's a formula command. Right. Okay, we have a paste join by semicolon. So if we go back here, is this still copied? I don't think it is, so we'll go to level 4, first input, write one, exclude examples, copy to clipboard, bonus 4, paste, join by semicolon. Oh my god, that's actually awesome. Okay, so I now have a paste combine arrays is magical. It is. I now have a paste join. So if we've got a bunch of lists like in level 4 here, where it's all this stuff that's listed with a semicolon, I can text join all of those lists in a single semicolon. So paste join by semicolon. Now, in this cell, I can do a text split. Do I have a text split one? Split text by semicolon. I do. Which should give us an array. And then I can get a unique of this array. Wrap in unique. So, this should now give us a list of all the cells that have been visited. Right. No, I'm copying this. Yeah, so these are all the cells that have been visited in level 4. Now we need a list of all the cells that are rocks in the thing. So, I'm going to need to maybe go to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we'll go right 4. So we've got a split by semicolon. That's working fine. Right 4. I want to create a list here. So I want a filter of terrain map. I think a really useful, yeah, that paste join's going to be good. I think another really useful one here is to get a list of addresses which has a value. So this is what I'm really doing next, is I'm creating a list of addresses. Hello buddy, where are you? Let me check on this tab. Berg? appear to have lost my cat, but I'm sure I heard him making weird noises. Big Bug. It can't be very far. He's locked inside anyway. Poor guy. Okay, so if I were to, I know that terrain map is called terrain map. Let me just move this one up. This is what's in the cell in bonus 4. This is terrain map. And that is referencing those. So what I want to do is have a command that if I put in like a range, so I can just go equals terrain map. That's a reference to a range. I can just return the values where it's rock, where it's, I don't know, the value above or something like that. So if I go put rock there, I'm going to have the value to the left. Yeah. And then this is a link to the value. Now I want to get the addresses. Address lookup from I have an address lookup from terrain map. That's just returning a hash NA though. What is that? Obviously use this at some point. Not compot. Go away compot. A to Z training. The address lookup from terrain map. I used it in level 4. There's a lookup with header codes. These ones are level 4 already. So that gets the input. Okay. But that's to get a count of when it is water or rock. I don't know why that is not just looking at the cell before. Gives the same answer. But it's kind of hard-coded. What have I done with level 4? Doesn't matter, it's working at the moment. It's working. So I'm doing an address lookup. But the address lookup function that I've got uses addresses to look up the values. I want to do the inverse. Almost. Okay. Maybe get address lambda when you're referencing a range. So do I have a get address lambda? I don't think I do. Let's do something like this. Okay, that's looking at a range. Oh, formula text. And that's kind of useful, but if formula text is named range, that's not going to help. So we're not going to use that. Yeah, I could do the formula to get this, but okay, what if I do? Okay, and we want address to be relative. I'm going to call this get address. Gets the address of the range referenced in the cell. So now create a formula command, get addresses, it's a formula command. I'm not actually going to run this command. Because I'm going to have another thing that uses that formula. Okay, so let's get addresses. Let's do it back to here. If I apply get addresses on this one, oh no, why is get addresses in compot? Move. Okay, well let's copy it then. Paste exact formula. Now I want to have, I'm going to get rid of the get addresses. I want to have anything that says, okay, let's actually change this. We want to return only the ones that say compot, for example, from this. Oh, I have gossip. Ooh. Whoever named their kid Logan is a genius. I'm getting gossip from my niece. Nibbling. Not my niece. Okay, so I actually want to count. I want to return a list. Okay, I'm going to mark this one as input. There. So, I've got it to happen. It is a paste pop-up. So I've got something selected over there. I've already pasted it, and then I press right alt, and it brings up this paste thing. So I'll take a screenshot of this, and you can see I've kind of like got something copied there. I'll drop that in directly to you in my my WhatsApp, Eric, because that is what's there nearby. So if I've got, let's copy that. I've pasted it there. I press right alt, I get that. If I press Control Shift O, it works fine. So it is literally my mapping. And I am at the moment, I'm using your mapping rather than my overwriting the mapping thing that I was doing using Power Toys. Because Power Toys can be annoying. Okay, so Control Shift O still works. I've dropped the info into your WhatsApp. And that's working. Okay. Ah. I hit escape in the wrong context. Yeah. It also comes up with the annoying bidding noise that happens when you bring up a Windows menu you don't actually want to bring up. Or like an error box. I hear you. Where are you, bud? Oh, that's dry. Right. So I want to do something where this is my, that's an input. Okay, fine. Oh, I don't want to do that. It did the paste photo. After you've used anything on that menu, it then just works fine. This is so infuriating. Okay, I just want to mark this as an input cell. So I want to do a let vals be that and adds be that and find be that, and actually let's put find at the start because that makes the most sense if you're used to using find vowels ads, and then we want to kind of filter a tuple of ads such that a tuple of vowels equals find. Yay! And now I'm going to save that as lambda. There you are! You were literally under here the whole time. Get address of range. Hi. Oh my god, I've been talking muted to myself for like half an hour. Okay, so I have count errors now, which should count the errors in this array that I've created of errors. What tag should we give that? It's kind of giving us some info about something. I'm just going to give it a formula. Counts errors in the active range. So if I go here and do a count errors, that's 244. Copy to clipboard, bonus 4, paste as reference. And it's the right answer, we've got the answer. Okay, now we just need to program this in. Count errors, copy, B4, paste ref. Okay. So, I think I have my list of what I've got to do here for bonus 4. I'm going to keep in a step here where I think we can do this before the end of today, and then we can do bonus 5. So let us get rid of this. Anything here is on session 11. I haven't added anything in yet, but we'll go for this. So we're going to go bonus 4. Then we're going to go to level 4. Select first input. And we need a go right 1, move right 1. Exclude examples is a new one, so let's go here, make sure we copy this. It's XE and it's navigation. This is A to Z training. Okay, excludes the top 2 rows from the selection. And now we're going to copy that. Copy to clipboard. Now we're going to go to bonus 4. We're going to go right 4. We've gone to bonus 4, right 4. We're going to paste join by. Okay, that's a new one. It's doing it again. So, Eric, I'm not sure if I mentioned it. So if I copy something and then I paste a value and then I use the right alt button, which I've mapped using a robot batch file, it is the paste menu that pops up with the right alt. I have sent you that information in WhatsApp, I think. Paste join by semicolon, which is pj semicolon, and this is create a text join by semi with the clipboard range. Okay. Paste join, and then we want to split it by semicolon. So that's split by semicolon. We're now going to go down one, move down one. And then we're going to set the value to rock. So this is going to have to be b dash set rock. Okay, so we've got bonus 4, then we need to move down 1 again. And then we go link to terrain map. Okay. Okay, so I'm actually going to do this one, but I'm going to rename it. Link to terramap, and that links to the, I think this is the first time I'm using this one, terramap range. Now we can start doing all the fun stuff I've just done. So we're going to start with an address lookup on value above. So we're going to go in here. This is AL. Calls a lookup to look up value above in selected range and return address. Awesome. And then we're going to do an X match with 2 above. I think I used that in this one. That's the one. X match with array 2 rows up. And then we're going to do a count errors, which is a new one. CE and then we're going to copy to clipboard, and then we're going to go to bonus 4, and then we're going to paste its references. And with 39 seconds left in the day, we have finished bonus 4. So we're just going to do a quick test on that. Save that. We're going to close this Bushland Adventures that we've been working in. And we're going to open up a fresh one. And this should get us all the way to bonus 4, and then we just have bonus 5 in the next session. So, last chance, 11_3. That's our time done. Perfectly on time. I didn't even take a break this time. Okay, so we're going to put the letter B here, and then we're going to run through. Let's see if this works. So setting up the named ranges, assigning the values. Doing whatever this calculation is. This is definitely case specific. I want to say it's speed. Okay, level 1. Yes. Level 2. Yes. Level 3. Yes. Level 4. Yes. Level 5. Yes. Level 6. Yep, that's looking good. It's doing the movements as expected. Ooh, we've got some errors in there though. I've done something. We've got some error in there, but we do have bonus 1, bonus 2, bonus 3. Oh, oh my. Did I only move right like 2 or something? Okay, that came out wrong. Okay, so mostly there, this all worked before, so just a quick check what's happened over here in this level. It's just not recalculating. Nope. Yeah, it's just not recalculating. Okay, so we've got table errors happening. Oh, please don't let the data table issues have started coming back. I think this is going to be the same again. Yeah, the ones that are wrong are just unrecalculated. Okay, we've got table error calculations happening. That's not our issue. And then in that bonus 4 we have I moved right 4. So let's check our move right 4. I mean, it's working. Something's gone funny with that one. So in the next session, I guess we're hoping to fix whatever that error is. And I don't know why this one... Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. Was I... No. Because bonus 4 goes to the bonus 4 cell. Oh, that is a merged cell. So actually what I want to do is one... I actually want to move 11 cells to the right. Okay, let's do a... This is a really random one to be creating just for the fun of it. Okay, I'll do one more test of that. Bearing in mind that we know that have I honestly been working on this case for 4 months? Okay, close that, hit save on that, close this, open a new one. Actually, before I open a new one, let's just close Excel altogether. give it a chance to like close everything. And to finish up, we will be looking at running this just running go to bonuses so that it's opened up A to Z training in the background. We don't lose that. There's B, and now we run. Okay, I think that's a little bit faster this time. Obviously, this is a very sluggish block here. I wonder if I can do that faster. I need to check what that is. So I guess we'll find out. We're on level 4 now. When we get to level 6, we'll find out if that table calculation thing is potentially just because I've had the workbook open for a couple of hours. Right, level 6 calculations working as expected. Let's have a look what happens when it goes through the data table. Yes, that's better. So the data table's calculating now. It was just... I've been running Excel too many times for too long. Okay, there's bonus 1, bonus 2, bonus 3, bonus 4. 153 seconds. So that's 2.5 minutes to run everything except for the last bonus, which we will tackle in my next session. I'm going to be away for a week, so I won't be able to do much. So hopefully, if I can fit some time in tomorrow, I'll do a session tomorrow to finish this off, and then it is just a case of running this. So fingers crossed I can get this done tomorrow. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to end the stream right now. Bye!
Hey, Excel geeks, grab a tea. Jack and her robots, Excel set free. Collect commands, full speed ahead. The series runs from A to Z. Oh, a robot training show. A to Z. Let's go.